Welcome back, Yellow Jackets. I'm David, and you probably can't pronounce my last name, so I'm not going to say it.
And I'm Nick O'Toole.
And this is your winner, Channel 4. Man, Nick, it's been a long year.
It's been a minute, but Channel 4 is back in action, and we got some stories to share with you.
We're going to get things rolling with boys and girls basketball.
The girls had a tough start to their season, but with some recent wins, they look to improve.
The boys had some COVID delays, but they also rounded this year with some dubs.
After a hoops update, Nathan gives us an update on boys and girls wrestling. The Mad Jackets continue their long tradition of being a state powerhouse.
After that, we'll learn about some interesting hobbies of our new art teacher, Ms. Court, and Ms. Dale, our new guidance counselor.
Let's get to it.
Follow your passion first.
For me, it was really trying to annihilate everybody that I was playing against. Because I wanted to prove you don't need to babysit me. Like I'm fine, you know. And so it's always that competitive nature, the work ethic, and curiosity. Because I asked a lot of questions.
You know, I felt like I didn't feel good about myself if I wasn't doing everything I could to be the best version of myself. If I felt like I left anything on the table, it would eat away at me. I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror. And so the reason why I can retire now and be completely comfortable about it, because I know that I've done everything I could to be the best basketball player I could be. So it makes sense to get up and start your day early because you can get more work in. If I start earlier, I can train more hours. And I know the other guys aren't doing it because I know what their training schedule is. Right? So I know if I do this consistently over time, the gap's just going to widen and widen and widen and widen and widen, and they won't be able to get that back. So to me, it was just common sense and like thinking, how can I get an advantage? Oh, start earlier. Yeah, let's do that.
How do you develop that, or where do you learn that from?
Well, I think it's just it's just a matter of what's important to you.
I've played basketball at Woodford County for 5 years.
I'm a freshman.
This is my 4th year playing basketball at Woodford County.
COVID has made it really hard for us to have a normal season because we've been affected by it a couple times and we've had to quarantine twice, and it puts us behind on practices and games.
My favorite memory is going to regions last year.
Practice, drills, just having fun and practice.
Favorite memory would probably be beating Collins on senior night last year in overtime. Piece of advice that I give to younger players would just be to not let your time slip away from you, because as much as it seems like you have forever, you really don't.
Advice I would give to the underclassmen would be to always come to practice to work hard.
I'm looking forward to hopefully going to regions and just getting on a roll and winning more games.
Well, with every sports team, we are dealing with COVID and making sure that the rules and regulations and procedures are followed so that we can continue to have a season. This is a very clean sport. We have to deal with funguses, skin diseases as it is every year. So for us, it's just making sure that we are extra clean. Instead of cleaning our knee pad once a week, it's twice a week.
This year has been really hard for the team because COVID has hindered a lot of our normal routine, because wrestling is a very one-on-one contact sport. So our usual tournaments we can't do. We only have to do team duels now.
The main challenges that we faced this year is just regaining back our team cohesion. We usually do individual tournaments, not anymore. We're mainly doing team tournaments. With how many tournaments this year being team tournaments, we have to everyone has to take account for their matches and just do their best on the mat.
So there's a lot of interesting things that can happen during this team format. You can have a huge momentum swing. Like you could be down and then someone comes up big with a big pin and really changes the momentum, and you can close out the duel. It's really, you have a lot of emotion every duel. How an individual performs each match affects the entire team. So even though you're out there by yourself, you have your whole team cheering for you to do your best.
You know, we're pushing through. We're just doing the best we can in these weird circumstances.
My name is Bree Court.
Jamie Dale.
I'm actually from Batavia, Illinois, so it's a smaller kind of city outside Chicago.
I grew up in Somerset, Kentucky, down by Lake Cumberland. From Pulaski County High School, but I went to Georgetown College for my degree in Spanish, and then I got my master's in counseling and my education specialist in counseling from the University of the Cumberlands.
I chose Whitford County. I've drove through it so many times, and I really fell in love with it, and then I saw that there was a position open, and I went for it.
I became a counselor because I started realizing that my favorite parts of my teaching job were when I was able to actually talk to students about real life things. So then it kind of just became a natural transition for me.
I usually paint my free time. There's actually something called wood burning. It has a special tool, and that's kind of something that I really love to do in my free time.
So my husband and I are big travelers, so I love to travel. We love to hike, and then I rock climb a lot as well. I have been rock climbing for 4 or 5 years, something like that.
I actually was a math teaching assistant in high school, and I fell in love with teaching that way, and then I kind of put my passion for art and my passion for teaching together, and out came art teacher.
I think that students should just know about counselors that we're in this because we really love working with students, and that they should never feel like they're bothering us or we're too busy to talk to them. That's what we really enjoy doing.
We are here with
Julia Berlowski,
Trey Martin,
Mason Mefford,
Kamari Black,
Robert Sinceri,
Connor Gilliland,
Boy Ragland.
And what are your plans after high school?
After high school, I think I'm really set on going to UK. UK.
My plans are to either go play college baseball or to get my mechanics degree.
I'm just going to go to UK. I really don't know what I'm going to study yet, but there's a lot of options I got. So.
Going to Western Kentucky and getting my degree in business and finance.
I'm planning on going to college at either Eastern Kentucky or Western Kentucky.
I plan to attend the University of Kentucky and pursue a degree in accounting or finance.
Do you know which school you want to go to?
Preferably just a junior college and get a business and organization.
Is there a reason why you chose UK?
It's just close, not got to worry about going too far. And I've really liked UK for a long while. Just always dreamed of going there.
Their track team is really good, and their nursing program is really good.
Eastern Kentucky has a PGM golf program I'm thinking about.
Is there a reason why you picked that school?
Family traditions, where all my aunts and uncles got their degrees from.
Is there a particular reason why you chose UK?
I just really love the convenience of it. I know a lot of people think it's the most general basic school for everyone in Kentucky to go to, but I really do like the range of options and just the format of the campus itself.
To be honest, they gave me a lot of money, so I went there.
Good stuff.
Nick, I have to say that's pretty cool that Miss Dale rock climbs.
Very cool. You know what else has been cool lately?
What's that?
The weather. In classic Kentucky fashion, we have witnessed a huge ice storm, a snowstorm, followed by flooding rains.
The Channel 4 team has gathered some video and photography of the recent winter storm.
The combination of COVID and the weather delays has led to some of your students picking up new hobbies.
Media crew Taylor and Julia found some students who picked up guitar and the art of stained glass.
You ever play any instruments, Dave?
I played piano back in the day, but I'm not good at it anymore.
I could never play instruments.
Nice.
Nice.
Although it looks nice today, a couple of weeks ago, this whole place was covered in ice.
We've been seeing a burst of some heavier freezing rain and sleet coming through parts of Fayette County at this point.
This is incredible! Mentioned the entire state for the first time in weather history under that winter storm warning. We also
Hi, my name is Evan Bentley. I bought my first guitar November 7th, 2020. I have two guitars, one electric and one acoustic. I picked up the new hobby like a week before. I was watching some YouTube videos and I wanted to buy a guitar. I like listening to country music and I wanted to play more country music.
Hi, my name is Anemone Rishel, and I picked up stained glass making over quarantine. I learned stained glass making about a year ago from my grandfather, and he taught me to do it when I was on summer break at his house. And he took me down to his workshop, and he told me how to use all the tools, and we did a very basic and very easy pattern, and it was such fun that I just kept going. So the first step to making stained glass is to choose your pattern, and then once you have that, you cut it to size, and you lay it out on all your glass that you've picked out, and your colors and all that kind of stuff. And then once you have it taped down and you've traced it, you cut it out using a special tool, and then after that, you'll shave it down so you make sure it's the right size and it'll fit with all your other pieces. And after that, you have to use a special copper tape to go around all the edges. And then you add flux to the copper tape, which is basically keeps everything together and it holds the solder to the stained glass. And then you use your soldering iron and you use something called lead solder. You solder everything together and you have to make sure you do both sides and all around the edges so you make sure none of this copper tape is showing. And once you think it's soldered enough and everything is kind of structurally sound, you're done. You just have to wash it off. A small piece usually takes 1 or 2 hours, but the bigger the piece you want to do, the bigger it gets. So I've had projects that last me a couple days, and I've had projects that last me 30 minutes. One of my favorite pieces that I did last Halloween, and it's a big bat. It's made out of black glass that you can't see through. And I think it works really well with the silver solder. So something you really need to keep in mind is patience, whether it's cutting out all the pieces of the right size. Your glass tends to break a lot if you cut it the wrong way. So you just have to make sure you're being patient and really taking care with everything that you do. If you want to get into stained glass making, you should watch some YouTube videos and make sure you're getting quality materials and quality tools, because that can really affect how your work turns out. And you really just want to do what makes you happy. Don't feel like you need to go with a big project in your first try. You're going to make mistakes, but just take your time. You're going to do great.
Wow, that was some pretty cool stained glass right there. That's real talent.
Yes, a lot more talent than you have. Maybe you should try picking up a new hobby. Up next, Lily and Caroline interview some teachers and students who have personally experienced something that has impacted us all.
That's right. COVID-19 has indirectly affected the whole school year, but some have actually had the virus. In fact, Nick, didn't you have the virus?
Yeah, I did, and it's no picnic.
After that, Amanda gives us an update on Project Graduation.
And then Silas and Brandon get the answer to a question that every Woodford County really wants to know.
That's right. We have about 37 Mexican restaurants in Woodford County, in fact, but which one has actually the best tacos?
For this upcoming segment, we wanted to focus on something that has impacted everyone's lives, and that is COVID-19. We interviewed some teachers and students who have had the virus, and they shared their experiences with us.
I had COVID 2 days after Christmas.
I had coronavirus in July, at the end of July, and I actually got coronavirus while I was on vacation at the lake.
I tested positive for COVID like January 4th.
I had the coronavirus for certain in November. I did get sick over the summer before school started and had to have a bunch of tests then because it was all connected to the heart and lungs and such. But they couldn't prove then that it was COVID. But my whole family definitely over Thanksgiving had COVID, and we received it. It came into our home from my husband's workplace. So the entire family was out all of Thanksgiving. The worst symptoms that I had were fatigue and migraines.
When I had COVID, my symptoms were no taste and smell, and my nose burned a lot. I had a cough and a very stuffy nose.
I had fatigue, extreme fatigue, and nausea and fevers. I couldn't taste anything, I couldn't smell anything.
My symptoms were shortness of breath, my nose burned, my throat burned, had a headache. I just didn't feel that great.
The main symptoms lasted about like the 14 days, but I could not taste and smell all the way for a couple of months.
In terms of like sharing this information with the students whom I adore and faculty members and stuff, COVID is definitely real. Like, I know that you guys hear and you see a whole lot, and for every person that, you know, it's just a different walk for them. Just know that I think we just adore you all so much, and we just want to keep you guys safe and secure and feeling good, because when you feel safe and you feel supported, then, you know, that's the environment that a school absolutely thrives. And so just wanted to tell you guys that with all the precautions and everything along those lines, that it all comes from a really, really good place.
We'd like to thank our teachers and students for sharing their COVID-19 experiences with us. And we'd also like to encourage all of our viewers to keep following the COVID-19 guidelines. For Channel 4 Media, this is Lily Mullins.
I am the co-chair of the fundraising committee. Project Graduation is a night where all the seniors are able to get together in an environment that is alcohol and drug free, and it's a night where they get to play games and get prizes and money and just a lot of fun, honestly. I believe it benefits seniors that it keeps them safe that night. There's a lot of bad statistics out there that on graduation night, you know, some teenagers can make the decision to go out and drink and party and celebrate their graduation, and some of those end in tragedy. So this is a night where we're going to keep our seniors safe. We send out donation letters to a lot of the businesses that are in Woodford County. We also come up with fundraising ideas as raffles, giveaways, stuff like that to generate funds for Project Graduation. Mainly it's all your senior parents. Now, not all senior parents, of course, but it is a committee of senior moms, and we have one dad right now. Because of COVID and restrictions and gatherings, all that, we don't really know what that's going to look like come May. However, we are still anticipating that we will be able to get you all together, and we're fundraising for that very thing. The prizes that will be included, well, it depends on how much money we raise, of course, but the prizes are going to be cash. If I have to go by what we did in 2018, it's printers and jewelry and stuff that you would need for college. It's hard to fundraise for an event that we don't know we're going to be able to have yet. So when you're trying to raise money for an event you don't know if you're going to have yet, typically people are not going to be so generous in their giving. However, I feel like we've got a community that really supports our seniors, even despite the circumstances that they're going through right now. Find Woodford County High School Project Graduation 21 on Facebook page, and we keep all of that information updated about raffles that are going on, ways that you can give, and other fundraisers that we have available to raise money. We have an exciting raffle this year that we're using to raise money, and that is $10 a ticket, and it is for $5,000 first prize. The second prize is a 55-inch brand new TV, and the third prize is a $50 voucher to the Kentucky Castle. So we really need people to buy tickets, and hopefully you'll see the link below and you'll know where to go to get your tickets. And thank you for supporting Woodford County High School Project Graduation Class of 2021.
What's up, Yellow Jackets? Today we're figuring out which Mexican restaurant has the best tacos in Woodford County. And we've narrowed it down to 3 restaurants: Taqueria Becerra, Meat Pubs, and Don Jockey's. And we'll see you at the end for a review on which one is the best. Let's get it.
To start off, the first place we visited was Taqueria Becerra, located in downtown Versailles, behind Ace Hardware. As soon as you walk in, the atmosphere transmits a great sense of authenticity, which is precisely the dining experience you want when eating tacos. There was minimal staff, however, this did not affect the service at all. The waiter was really kind and patient even when we asked him to put the food on the table like 3 times. The presentation was very simple, but still pleasing, and it had a lime as well as complimentary sauce that our waiter offered us to try. The tacos ended up being really good, tasting super authentic, and I personally give it the certified Mexican taste. With all the great qualities, we came to the conclusion that the price was a great value.
Second off, we hit up good old Meat Pubs and decided to stick with the chicken and steak tacos. As everyone knows, Meat Pubs is filled with friendly staff, and all the customers are always having a great time. One thing we did note was the environment was a little too much like any other Mexican restaurant, and a lot of the food seems to be Americanized. That being said, the service was good, never leaving you without complimentary nachos or filled drinks. When it came to presentation, we had to dock a few points, since the tacos simply came wrapped in tinfoil. The tacos ended up tasting great, nothing less than what we expected from Meat Pubs. Overall, it was a good experience as any, and the prices were a little more expensive than Taqueria, but Meat Pubs is a little more commercial anyways.
Finally, we hit up this new joint in downtown Midway called Don Jockey's. We walked in not knowing what to expect since we had never even heard of the place, but to our surprise it was super chill and the decor was really unique and intriguing. And not something you'd expect from a Mexican place. The one waiter there was really patient. She kept calling us baby, which raised the service points for Southern hospitality. Presentation was well put together and they tasted so good that Silas ordered 4 more. Price was a little on the high end, but I'd say it was worth it, especially since they made such a good first impression. All right, so we just finished up eating at all three places, and for overall reviews, I'd say...
I think we gotta put Taqueria at number 1.
Yeah, I agree. And we ended up saying Don Jockey's got second because it was our first time going, as we mentioned before, and it was super good. Like we also said, the atmosphere was super nice, really intriguing decor.
Yeah. And that puts Me Pubs in third. No hating on Me Pubs though.
Yeah, because everybody loves Me Pubs.
So what's your favorite Mexican restaurant, Nick?
Easily the Carabeceros. They got some of the best burritos in town. How about you?
Well,
Well, that just about wraps it up, Yellow Jackets. For our final segment, Zach interviewed a few more of our faculty members.
Also, some of the Channel 4 crew asked our seniors for what their plans are after the long school year.
And finally, Channel 4 completed one of our first ever investigative reports.
That's right. Mr. Roof has been pushing hard for us to actually do an investigative news piece this year.
Channel 4 is always listening and looking for breaking news stories. And we actually heard about some illegal activity happening in the English hallway.
We were able to plant some hidden cameras and break this story wide open.
I'm pretty sure this will shock all of you.
Please let us know if you have any breaking stories for us.
Thanks for watching.
And remember, you can always watch this and past Channel 4s at wofo.press.
Also, look for new Jacket Journal articles from Miss Schwartz's journalism staff. Again, that's wofo.press.
Stay safe and COVID-free, Yellow Jackets. We'll see you in the spring.
Working at Woodford County High School has been a really good experience. I feel as though I'm really getting to know this community and getting to know the kids, even through this difficult time of the pandemic. And it's just fun to be back in the classroom. I have taken some time off from teaching, and now this is my first year back, and it's just been a really good experience.
My experience at WCHS has been great, all things considered. It's really weird to teach to an empty classroom. And it's really weird to be with a wonderfully talented faculty and staff that I don't get to see regularly. But other than that, the people I do get to see regularly have been really friendly, welcoming, helpful, supportive. Overall, it's been a really good transition and experience.
My experience working at Woodford County High School has been amazing. I love the teachers. I love collaborating with the Spanish department, and the students have been awesome in light of everything that's been going on this school year, and there's just such a tight community, and I love the Woodford spirit.
What is your name?
Kyle Miller.
Carla Rodriguez.
Lucita Morales.
Emily Rice.
Brandon Flores.
Carla.
Legend.
What are your plans for after high school?
I'm gonna go to college. I don't know which college, but I'm gonna go to college.
I got accepted into University of Cincinnati, so I will be in their pre-social work program up in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cosmetology school.
What made you choose cosmetology school?
I like to braid hair, and I want to be an esthetician.
I want to go to the University of Kentucky and study architecture.
I'm going to play soccer at Georgetown College.
Going to college, I haven't decided where yet, but I've applied to Stanford, Notre Dame, Columbia, and the University of Denver so far.
I'm going to go to UConn, going to play basketball, and to find a cure.
A cure for what?
Just a cure.
All right. What made you choose Cincinnati?
Oh, I got a cousin who lives up there, so I'll just live with him.
Nice. What made you choose the University of Kentucky?
It's close by.
What made you choose Georgetown College?
I like the soccer program, and I feel like it'd be a good school for me.
What do you want to go to college to be?
Hopefully, I would like to be a pediatric oncologist or something in the medical field with pediatrics.
We would like to thank all the seniors who participated in sharing their after-high school plans with all of Channel 4. If you are a senior who has other plans, like going to the military or trade school, please let us know so we can include you in the next Channel 4. For Channel 4 Media, this is Emma Moffett. Thanks for watching! That was so good!
12 at the door, 12 at the door.
What?
There's a... Can we open the bracelets up?
I'll get it. I'll get it, dude.
He's here to rest on.
Miss Griffin, can I talk to you about something for a second? Please.
basketball.
No.
Hey, today you go. So you want to go back in? I'm gonna say. Just follow me at the door.
Hold on.
No, I've got to teach class.
Well, we gotta take care of this right now.
What do you want me to, what do you?
This is serious. It's pretty serious.
Okay, we can go back out in the hall.
So, let's go out here and take care of it.
But
I'll send the principal to cover your class. We'll be with you in a moment.
Oh, hold on, no.
Daniel, teach it up.
No flipping way. Did you just get arrested? That's a prank. That's gotta be a prank. Hey, Freeman Griffey. Hey,
yo, I'm about to post that on my story real quick.
Yeah, no, that's gotta be a prank.
Bro, there's no way. He was about to put handcuffs on her.
It's a school resource officer.
He got handcuffs?
It's a prank. It's gotta be a prank.
No way, bro. That was like
Dude,
too
that's
serious.
too serious.
Nah.
Nah, bro, that's gotta be a prank.
I think I know what happened though. She was stealing jewelry. Hey, hey.
You never know, bro. He could have been going to Doonies down. Hey, bro, I've seen that on a different site. Somebody pull up and get arrested.
I'm saying,
He whipped him and he whipped handcuffs out, bro.
This is gonna if it was serious, he would have handcuffed her serious and walked in that door.
Don't get too comfortable, principal.
I'm tell my dad that Miss Griffey got arrested.
If it was serious, he would have arrested her serious and walked in that door.
Y'all just got pumped.
That's a camera right there, and there's a camera right there. Actually,
That's not what it says. That's not what it says. That's not what it says.
It's not funny, Mr. Up a little bit.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Broccoli.
Carrot.
Braden.
dude, just keep reading.
Ooh, that's bad, bro.